Hello, I'm librarian Josh Cohen, and welcome to this tutorial video on one of our most popular databases, Academic Search Ultimate. I'll also review some database search strategies that will apply together in class. First, I'm going to find Academic Search Ultimate from our database list. So I'm going to click on Databases and Articles. And then the first one listed here alphabetically is Academic Search Ultimate. When you are starting academic research for almost any subject area, Academic Search Ultimate can be an excellent place to start. It is one of our largest interdisciplinary databases, and interdisciplinary just means that it covers multiple disciplines. This database actually includes all subject areas. Now, I don't mean to suggest that this database contains everything you'll need for every research project you work on, or that you shouldn't consider consulting additional databases for certain types of research, but as I noted earlier, it is a very good place to start your research. You might notice that the database has a link in the top right-hand corner that says MyEBSCO. EBSCO is the name of a company that owns many of our databases, though not all of them. It could be helpful to create your own free EBSCO account by registering with EBSCO via that link. This will allow you to more easily save search results, articles, and article records in any of our EBSCO databases that you might use. Just be sure to remember your password. If you decide to create an account with EBSCO, you will then be able to use the dashboard you see on the left-hand side of the screen. If you're not signed in, or if you prefer not to create an account, you could just ignore the dashboard. The layout of this database will look very similar to all other EBSCO databases, but these databases are not all one and the same. For instance, we have subject databases in our collections that will contain journals not included in Academic Search Ultimate. When searching in a database, I usually place my keywords in separate boxes. There is an Add Fields button that you can use to add as many boxes as you need. And the default for the fields connected to each of these boxes is All Fields, which is a keyword search. But if you wanted to narrow your research, you could select a particular field, like subject terms. There is also one field here, All Text, which actually would expand your search results because this option would be searching the entire text of all the articles. Below these boxes, you will also note some limiter options, which include peer-reviewed or scholarly articles, publication date ranges, as well as a few additional limiter options. And you could select those limiters here or after you've completed your search. I'll select peer-reviewed for demonstration purposes. So then I'm going to start with a simple keyword search for Martin Luther King Jr. And I'll retrieve around 1,500 results. Keep in mind that the more search terms you enter, the fewer results you'll retrieve. Also, with this in mind, when you enter terms in the database, you should only enter the most important keyword terms. So don't use extraneous words like prepositions, for example. You might notice that filters from the home page are still visible, but there are actually additional filters available after you complete your search. To see those filters, you will click the All Filters button, and you'll see it has a 1 there because I had already selected that one filter of peer-reviewed journals. But when I click on this All Filters button, you can see here that there are many more filter options available that you could not see before you did your search. Some additional options for filtering that pop up here include changing my search with some subject search recommendations. So if I clicked on this first one, I would be changing my search from a keyword search to a subject search for Martin Luther King Jr. And you could see here that that would limit my results to 466 results. As I mentioned earlier, We could also add additional terms to our search to narrow our results to the kind of articles that will be most relevant to our research topic. If you aren't sure of additional terms, you can look at the subject headings attached to some of the articles you've retrieved from the database. For instance, this first result includes the phrase civil rights movements. I can go back to advanced search, and in addition to Martin Luther King Jr., I could also add civil rights movement. You'll also notice that I have an AND connector between my terms. AND is used to limit my results. It tells the database that I only want articles that include both of my keyword terms. So I'm going to add back that peer-reviewed limiter, and then click the search button. And now I retrieve 162 results, and this is a much more manageable number of results. But let's say I wanted to expand my results in the database. I could use fewer keyword terms, or I could add some OR terms. Using OR tells the database that either term should be included in my search. OR is used to include similar or related terms. I like to place my OR terms in the same box. To expand my results, I could add the simplified civil rights to my search as an OR term. If I do my search again now, I will have expanded my results to 313. Using this keyword search strategy, I'm essentially telling the database that the word movement does not need to be included in the article records in order for it to be included in my results list. I'm going to return back to my limiters now. Having selected the peer-reviewed limiter, that technically should limit my results to only scholarly articles, but when I look under source types, I can see that some magazine results are listed there. Academic Search Ultimate does include a mix of resource types, so maybe I want to include magazines, but if I only want scholarly resources, I'm going to choose academic journals and then click Apply. Now I'm going to look at an article and at some of the ways we can save the article and the citation information. I'm going to choose this first article, The Role of Black Christian Beliefs in the Civil Rights Movement. If we have the full text for the article, you can download the article as a PDF in most cases. But before you download the article, I do recommend looking down here at the abstract for the article. The abstract provides a summary of the article to make sure that this is an article you want to keep. In the top right corner, you will see the option to share the article, which allows you to save it in Google Drive, OneDrive, or as a link. You also have the option to email the article to yourself with a PDF. You'll also find a citation button in this corner, and the citation button allows you to copy and paste the citation information for many different citation styles, including MLA, APA, and Chicago. Now, always make sure to double check any computer-generated citation, since you will frequently find errors, but it is wise to have these citations saved for later in the research and writing process. I'm also going to show you how to use an EBSCO account, so I will go click on MyEBSCO and sign into my account. Then I can save the article by clicking on the Save ribbon. While this Save ribbon appears whether or not you're signed into your account, it will actually not save it for you to access later unless you are signed into the account. You can also create a project folder in your account. If you click the Add to Project folder, You can save your article to any project folder you've already created, or you can create a new folder. I'll title this one MLK, and then create. Now when I click on Projects under my dashboard, you'll see that folder that I just created. Also, if I click on Saved Articles under my dashboard, you will see the article saved that I just clicked the Save ribbon for. That concludes this introduction to Academic Search Ultimate and Database Search Strategy. If you have any questions, please contact me at cohenjp@etown.edu. You can also email the library staff at ask@etown.libanswers.com.